All things are working together for my good. All things, not some things, but all of them. All right, let's get it. Let's not get off the point. Hey y'all, welcome back to Made It to Medicine with Fix. That's me, and I'm a third-year medical student at the University of Illinois College of Medicine. And I am taking you with me the last few days of my internal medicine rotation, actually the very last day and then the day before the shelf exam. So come with me, and I typically come to you weekly with videos about my pre-med-term med school life and a little bit of everything in between. Sit back, enjoy, and be sure to hit that like button. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel. But all right, let's get into this true days in the life of a medical student. It's my last day. It's my last day. Last day. Good morning. Walking back from lunch. It is the last day, y'all. The last day of the rotation. I can't say I'm sad, because I'm not. I am so happy that I am hours away from being done. Because who deserves it? Me. I deserve it. And why don't I? Why shouldn't I? Because I do. So anyway, going back, I just ate lunch with my friend Kia, which is like my little sister. And I'm going to go write I have a patient that's being discharged. So I wrote a progress note this morning, but I'm going to have to switch it over to a discharge summary, update my other progress note, and then get feedback. And hopefully I'm heading out because I need to go study, okay? I need to go home and study. That is imperative. I have 3 practice exams left to do. I played myself by waiting to this late to do them all, but you know, we did it. And so now we just got to get it done. It is 90 degrees and I'm going home to study for my shelf exam. I finished my notes maybe like an hour and a half ago, and feedback was provided, so I had to wait to receive that. It's just like continue to work on synthesizing, and I don't know, when taking the history, ask about the pertinent things and not everything. So yeah, that's definitely something I could continue to work on. And now I'm about to go home, log on to YouTube, and, you know, freaking do this practice exam, because there is a review session tonight at 7. I got a tutor at 6. It's almost 4. So I'm gonna have roughly 2 hours to do this 50-question practice exam, and they're gonna go over it in the session tonight. So I want to hear, like, you know, their thought processes, anything that someone can do that'll help me for this exam, because the way on every single rotation I've been on, I high pass clinically, and then my exam score is what just gets me to a pass, because I get nervous, I change the answers, and that brings my score down where I could like high pass overall. So the goal this time is to at least high pass the exam so I can high pass the rotation overall. And yeah, I'm doing my best. It's been a long day, and I'm actually pretty over it, but I'm doing my best.
Just know that serum lipids being high could be another risk factor. Yes. And then, sorry, Vicky, it was stroke and A dissection, right? So for A, not necessarily. Moving on. 12.
So the way this works in the session, the tutors will have the question on the screen and they gave us 70 seconds to read the question, go through the answer choices, and then you write your answer choice in the chat. And then they would review it, saying whether our answers were correct or incorrect.
So you're not worried about like any sort of perf or anything like that, or your ulcer, or like potential perf. So no real need for like emergent surgical intervention. So the best option for her is prednisone to temperature or something like infliximab.
And going through all of the relevant facts for each question, which I find very, very helpful, because oftentimes you can get things right for the wrong reason, and if it's presented in a different way, then you get it wrong, and we don't want that. So yeah, I love going to these sessions, and it's always poorly attended. It started out with 3 of us and ended up with 2.
Yeah, I think so too.
B. Awesome. Yeah, you guys are right. The answer is B, gastrointestinal.
Drugs, ethanol, fatty liver, growths like tumors, hemodynamic instability like hypotension, which can lead to shock liver, and iron such as iron overload seen in hemochromatosis. If you suspect cholecystitis, what's the best next step?
Good morning, y'all. Good morning, good morning. It is officially the day before my exam, and I just got out of a study session with my friend. We studied from 8 to 9:30 this morning. She wanted to do 7. I was like, yeah, girl, that ain't gonna work, because the way I've been getting up at 6:25 for 4 weeks straight, I wanted to sleep in. And guess whose body woke her up at 6 o'clock? Yeah, it was something, but I did lay in bed until like 7:15, and I tried to go back to sleep at some point. All that to say, we're doing this. I played myself usually on every other rotation. I would do an MBME, which is a practice exam, once a week, because that's how many I had available, you know, to track my progress, see where I'm at, where I'm going. I did one like week 2 or 3. Started one with her last week. Did another one with her this week, did one yesterday, and I still have 2 left. So that is my plan for the rest of this day. Finish watching my Dr. High Yield Guru. Basically, it's a high yield. It's a high yield video of all the things he makes them for all the shelf exams. So Dr. High Yield for internal medicine. So I'm going to finish watching that. I have 6 minutes left. I'm going to do those last 2 MBMEs, and then Tyler's coming over, and we're gonna have lunch together, and that'll be cool. My friend was like, oh, what you cooking? I said, baby, I ain't cooking nothing. My sister gave me a coupon to go to Subway, so I'm gonna go to Subway, get some food. We're gonna chit chat for an hour, then I'm gonna get back into studying, watch a little TV. Need to be sure to work out. It's 90 degrees today, so I'm gonna have to put my air conditioner on. All that to say, we're doing it, and we are not gonna be stressed about it. So keep on coming with me. Keep on. Come on.
So no work. This is what we're talking about. You can't even say it here.
All right, so Tyler came over, and it was supposed to be like a 1-hour lunch that turned into a 2.5-hour lunch, but it's cool because I actually planned to take a break from 12 to 3. I started back studying at 2:30. I feel pretty good though. I just finished my second to last practice test that I have left to do. So I'm gonna score that, review it, and then do the last exam, and then, you know, probably look over Dr. High Yield one more time. I will say, like, y'all, I just feel really good, you know? The things are just clicking. And I feel like the first 2 weeks of IM, I had a senior who taught a lot, who really believed in teaching. And then after that, it wasn't like formal teaching sessions. And in the moment, I was like, wow, everybody doesn't like to teach, but I mean, you don't get training on this, and teaching is not an easy job by far. Shout out to all the teachers out there. But I was learning like on the job, and in real time, live time, I didn't understand that that's what was going on. But now when I'm doing questions and it's like, okay, patient has a DVT, or like they weren't moving for a while, like maybe a long car ride or a long plane ride, and their lower legs are swollen. Okay, it's DVT. And if they're in the hospital, what are you giving them? You're giving them heparin drip. Like, literally, that's what's happening. And then also prophylaxis is Lovenox, because I had several patients who were on maintenance Lovenox because they were at risk for a DVT. So that was a thing. And let me see, what was something else? Oh, just learning these medications. Like pharma ain't never been my thing. So I already knew you use ceftriaxone for like pneumonia, but Zosyn, which is piperacillin, and tazobactam, you could also use that to cover for pseudomonas. These are just bugs, microbes. Honestly, this probably don't mean much. So y'all who are watching my journey who aren't in medicine, all that to say is that internal medicine taught me so much, and I didn't even realize that I was learning as I was doing, because it's very easy to get into the habit of just like coming into work every day, checking the charts, going seeing the patients, talking to them, updating the chart, reporting to the attending, reporting to your resident, repeat and go home. But like sitting down and doing these questions, I'm like, wow, this is crazy. I do know this. Or the last question of one of the exams I did was on HIV treatment, and I'm like, dang, I haven't seen that in a minute. Like, I think that was on my family medicine shelf, so I probably got it wrong, but I'm gonna learn from it and we're gonna move on. So yeah, midday check-in. I'm feeling pretty good, and I'm happy that I feel this way. Happy to report things are going a-okay. After my 45-minute workout, I was like, all right, I need to clear my mind. I have completed my last practice exam. So I decided to go for a walk throughout my neighborhood, and I called my niece, who is home for her first summer vacation from undergrad, and we talked on the phone for about 20 minutes. And the second I got in the house, she was like, all right, are you home? Because I'm ready to get off the phone. I was like, all right, the youth will tell you what is on their mind. But I used this final batch of time to review the exam, and then I got ready for bed because we want good rest before the exam day. All right, we have come to the end of the night. I completed every single MBME that is out there and available. My score drastically improved from the very first one I did. The last, well, not the last two, but two of the ones today were my best scores. And you know, I know I'm gonna pass tomorrow. Just hoping that the little mistakes that I've been making today, I don't continue to make them. Pay attention to the details. If it's like one question was febrile transfusion reaction, acetaminophen. Like literally you give Tylenol for a fever. Girl, be so serious. Or like some endocrine questions with primary and secondary parahypothyroidism. Or like honestly, endocrine just not really my jam with all the thyroid stuff, like hyper and hypo, or it was something else, but maybe I'll review that small portion of Dr. High Yield in the morning. But it's time for me to go to bed. I didn't work out. I went for a walk, reviewed my exam, took a shower. It is 11. This light's so bright I can't see the clock. It's 11:07 and I'm waking up at 7 o'clock in the morning. So let's tap out and tap in tomorrow and feel good. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna feel good. So good night. It is exam day and I feel good. I woke up an hour before my alarm went off, which was crazy. So I packed my swim bag, cleaned up some, listened to Dr. High Yield until he got into the weeds of, listen to Dr. High Yield until he got in the weeds of sodium electrolytes. I was like, we don't need that energy this morning. We don't need that. We know what we know. And it's going to be great. I'm going to do amazing. We're going to trust ourselves. We're not going to change any answers. And I will report back later. but we're gonna make it a great day. Yes, we are. So the train kept stopping as I was on my way. So check-in was 10 minutes ago. Exam was gonna start in 5 minutes. I'm just gonna fill this water bottle up, use the restroom, say another prayer. We even took the medications this morning. Whew. All things are working together for my good. All things, not some things, but all of them. All right, let's get it. Let's not get off the pork. All done. All done, all done, all done. I actually feel really good about this exam. It was way too much endocrine though. Like thyroid hormones, and I ain't never been too good at that, but we shall see. It's over. Now time for my swim. All right. So now I'm still on campus, and this is crazy because I finished my test like over 3 hours ago, but you know, we gotta always stick to our rituals, stick to our things. And I went swimming. Then I went back to campus because I was like, I had wanted to talk to one of the deans, and she was in a meeting. So I was like, let me eat this lunch, because I finally decided to pack a lunch, and I never pack a lunch. So I packed the lunch this time, ate the lunch, and they were giving out free food on campus. I was like, oh my gosh, just my luck. That food was so nasty. Like, oh my gosh, I threw it away. The bread was mushy. The moment I bit into it, it started breaking. It was unseasoned, but kind gesture. Wish it came with a drink though, because all I be drinking is some water. Anyway, I feel so great. I went to the dean's office and she was just like, how you feel? And I was like, honestly, I feel like it wasn't that bad. And so, you know, hopefully the feelings go along with the score that I'm gonna get next week. But I was just like, I feel like it wasn't that bad. And I told her that endocrine was the part that got me the most. And she's an endocrinologist, a pediatric endocrinologist. So I was asking her the question, and she was kind of stumped. And then the answer that she said that she would have chose is the same answer that I chose. So I was like, cool, we on the same page. That's what's up. So, yeah, we did that. Stayed in her office, chit-chatted a little bit, went to the beauty supply store. Now I'm going back to the train, so I go home, clean up my crib. And then, let me see, what else am I going to do for the day? I don't even really know. Let me see. What else? Can't really remember. But, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be going to Ann's house so she can teach me how to put on some lashes. And then I'm gonna hang out with my sister later. Either way, y'all, I feel good. And when I finished that PEDS exam, I literally walked out saying like, we don't really know. This could go either way, and we know which way it went. This time, I'm like, let's see how high I scored, okay? We're going for that high pass. So we just gonna wait for those results and see it happen. But I hope y'all enjoy coming with me for the whole day, or the whole days, seeing as it's been, what was it, since Wednesday? I think, yeah, since the last day of the rotation. But yeah, good times. Now I'm taking time off to study. All right, what's awkward is recording and not knowing that the video stopped on you. Anyway, so what I was saying was, next is, trying to find a sign. There we go. Next is me taking time off to study for my pediatric retake exam. And then maybe I'll do an elective, but I'm gonna like come back in August to do my surgery rotation. Then it'll be fall break, and then doing my psych rotation, and I might do neuro this year or push it to 4th year. Either way, I have not had any vacations, any break, no nothing since winter break. So that was like 6 months straight of clerkships, and I need time for myself. So I'm taking my time, reclaiming my time, taking my time back. So yeah, I'll still have like updates for y'all, and maybe I won't be late with my videos no more because I won't be as busy the next 2 months. I mean, I'll still be studying, which y'all know how that go. Anyways, yeah, that's all I got. Catch you next week. Bye.